Hello, my name is Jeremiah Leba, a student at De Anza Community College, and this presentation is for my environmental science class. Today, I will be discussing the impact of both trawling and bycatch on our oceans. First and foremost, what is trawling? Trawling is a method of fishing that involves dragging a net or trawl behind a boat, or sometimes multiple boats. And as a result, as this net's dragged around, it scoops up large amounts of fish or whatever else may be in its path. There are two types of trawling. One being bottom trawling, where the net is dragged along or close to the ocean seabed. And two being midwater trawling, where the net is dragged through free water that is above the seabed. And although trawling is a great method for catching large amounts of fish, it might be too great, because trawling catches such large amounts of fish unselectively, it's inevitable that there will be some kind of bycatch. Bycatch is defined as fish or other marine species that are caught unintentionally while fishing for a specific target species. And one of the sad truths of bycatch is that when it is eventually discarded or returned to the sea, it's almost always dead, or at the very least dying. Trawling damages the environment in many ways. Bottom trawling specifically involves the use of heavy fishing gear being dragged along the seafloor, where, with no hesitation, it destroys anything in its path, which could include coral reefs, fish habitats, oceanic plants, and weeds that would otherwise be food for a multitude of oceanic species. Furthermore, this destruction ultimately leads to a reduction of species diversity and a widespread destruction of sea ecosystems. On top of killing fish directly, trawling also kills fish indirectly through overfishing. The Marine Conservation Institute reports that 25% of the United States fish populations are overfished, and that 90% of the global fish populations are either fully fished or overfished. And trawling is one of the leading contributors to overfishing, with its large amounts of fish caught, both intentionally and unintentionally, through bycatch. With the oceans continuously being overfished, resources are constantly being taken at an unsustainable rate. The amount of food available for oceanic species is declining, and in turn, the competition for food amongst these oceanic species is also increasing. Because of these rapid changes to the environment, some oceanic species are struggling to keep up with the changes. For example, this graph shows the population trends of the world's monitored seabirds from the years 1950 to 2010. And although the numbers are from a smaller population sample, they show an overall decline of 69.7% in the birds' population sizes that were examined. Some of the main factors to contribute to this wide-scale population decrease were entanglement in fishing gear and a decline of food sources from overfishing. This graph is just one small example of how biodiversity has changed in the not-so-distant past. In 2005, Oceana had a successful lawsuit that resulted in over 200,000 square miles off the coast of California, Oregon, and Washington being named no trawl zones. Future solutions would include additional no trawl zones specifically in environments that are deemed a little more fragile, as well as gear modifications, which could include the gear itself becoming less clunky, more maneuverable, and even trawling at different speeds or other adaptations to the current methods that are being used to trawl. Because trawling is such a widespread problem, there is no widespread solution. And due to the ocean's tremendous amount of biodiversity, each different type of oceanic ecosystem must be treated on a case-by-case basis. What may be a solution in rough Arctic waters will most likely not be a solution in a tropical coral reef area. Again, my name is Jeremiah Leba, a student at De Anza Community College, and I hope you enjoyed my presentation on the impact of trawling and bycatch on our oceans. Thank you.